What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Tyrone Hunter, the Head Hunter, back in the building. One more again with another one. Topic time. Like, comment, share, subscribe. If you're new to the channel, man, subscribe. If you already subscribed to the channel, just make sure you got on them post bell notifications so you get notified every time I drop a video. This one right here is going to be a little different. We're going in another direction, and this is all in a matter of keeping it real. So many people say, like, keep it real. All right, so we're going to keep it real. And this one is going to get deep. Make sure you stay to the end of the video because it's going to be some interesting information in here for you, as well as, that you could share with others. So, now, the truth about being a street ninja. To be honest, and again, I started out in the streets when I was 8 years old. Right now, I'm 46. No degrees, no big skills. Only thing wasted is a lot of time in the streets. A lot of people who was close to me dead. A lot of time spent in prison. No retirement plan. And now to be at an age where I'm a grown man and have to do all of the things that I could have did 20, 30 years ago. So that's rude. That's lesson number one about being a street ninja is you lose a lot of time. The second thing is people glorify something that they don't understand. Like, no street ninja should be glorified for nothing. Let me break down to you why. Okay, for one, so in order for a drug dealer to get rich in the game, which people idolize because they see the cars, they see the money, they see the jewelry and all of that, right? So in order for a drug dealer to get rich, that means he has to sell drugs, right? Okay, the drugs that he sells, or people that's working for him that selling drugs, is being sold to somebody mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, grandmothers, grandfathers. So in order for a drug dealer to get rich, that means your mother has to become a crackhead, or your father has to become a dope fiend, or somebody in your family are going to take their money to give to somebody else so they could drive a good car while your family is struggling. And if you grew up in the 80s like I did, I'm talking about 7 out of 10 families was poor and struggling in the hood, you know what I'm saying, because they mother, they father, everybody in the household was crackheads. And you go in the refrigerator, ain't nothing in there to eat. So the same drug dealers that people want to praise, the amount of lives that are destroyed just to make them rich is something that everybody overlook. And if you had a parent or you had a friend, that they parents was on drugs, you knew how real that was. You knew how many people that got destroyed. And then on the flip side of that, even the drug dealer. Now, the drug dealer life is they got to worry about the police. They got to worry about the stick-up kids. They got to worry about, the competition trying to take them out. They got to worry about doing 100 years in jail. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else raising their kids. Like, how do you glorify that? Stick-up kids, same thing. That's what if you know, you know. But stick-up kids, same thing. Is that you get glorified for being a stick-up kid, but what you're doing, what a stick-up kid is doing is taking money out the pocket of other people, which means taking money from other people's households, making it difficult for them to feed their family. How do you respect that? And then when you go a step further, a killer. Okay, so we live in a society that glorify killers. But what about the children of the people that are killed having to grow up without a father? How is so much respect and honor bestowed upon somebody that's taken the life of a parent, you know what I'm saying, and leaving their children out here to fend for themselves with no guidance and no direction? How are we praising and we worshiping, you know, these kind of people? And I'm not coming down on nobody, you know, because at one time I was in that life and I was part of that cycle. But now that I'm a little bit older and I'm looking at the reality of it, it's like we're praising people that destroy our communities. We're praising people that destroy families, that destroy lives. And because some of us are so young and misguided, we're actually trying to be, you know, those individuals or be in the streets because, you know, we see the rewards, what we consider rewards. You know, we see the clothes, we see the money, we see, you know, no more hunger pains, and we want in. And it don't matter, you know, how many lives get destroyed in the process. It don't matter if we, you know, die in the streets or we do 100 years in jail and our family missing us and our kids is crying for us and, you know, somebody else is raising our kids because we not in the picture to raise them, be it because we in a casket or we in jail doing 100 years. It's like, it don't make sense, man. And, you know, it's time to take the mask off and stop idolizing things that's no good. And then you try to figure out why this is such a cutthroat world right now and why people only want to deal with people if it's beneficial to them. It's because this is the mentality that's being learned from the people that they idolize. It's like you would be so quick to idolize a killer, somebody that take a life, but you're not idolizing nobody that's being successful doing something that makes a whole lot more sense. You know, so at the end of the day, before you call yourself a street ninja or before you want to jump out there in the streets, look at something called impact, you know, how your actions is going to affect somebody else. And the last thing I'm going to say about it, because this is not about preaching, I'm just really here to share with you some information so you can find out what's really good. But be it as it may, the last thing I want you to understand about the streets, if you in the streets right now or you plan on going to the streets, this is what I want you to understand. First and foremost, is no retirement plan. You either gonna die in the streets or you're gonna get 100 years in jail. On the flip side of that, if you're lucky to make it out alive, all of the things that you went through and you experienced, it might have you mentally gone, twisted. For one. For two, after you get to a point where you done experienced and you just survived all of that, you're going to be in your late 30s, 40s, or 50s and trying to put the pieces to your life together, realizing that you so far behind that it don't make no sense. That's for two. And for three, all of the people that we've ever heard of that came from the streets, that was killers, drug dealers, the most well-respected, or what have you, all of their stories end the same. Again, dead, in jail till the sun burn out, or when they come home, now they talking about being community activists and they want to teach the youth and they want to get their life together and they want to get a job and they want to live a normal life. You don't see nobody that was in the streets, that was living the street life, after it's all said and done, they still continuing to live the street life. Because sometimes it takes years and years and years of bumping your head and taking losses till you get to the point that was all a smokescreen. That was like a bitter fruit. Something that looked sweet on the outside but was bitter on the inside. So if you keep playing in the streets, you're going to get a taste of that. It don't matter if you feel you built for it. It don't matter if you feel like you was forced into it. Man, look, do yourself a favor. Learn from somebody that knows. And just realize that when you playing in them streets and you getting into them streets, it ain't nothing pretty, it ain't nothing nice. And you just might not make it out. I'm just here to give you the information. I'm still trying to understand why, the streets is the only option or the only thing that people is choosing, to live a life with all of these different things out here that you could do. But I mean, to each his own. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just giving you the information because like you, I'm just trying to find out what's really good. I'm trying to find out why we're not putting our mind and our efforts into something else instead of trying to be something that at the end of the day ain't about nothing. But that's your boy Tyrone Hunter, man. I'll catch you on the next one. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm going to do it my way. I'd rather give you something to think about, something to inspire you, something to encourage you, something that you can share with somebody else to change their life instead of, but you get it. The Headhunter, gone.